Alright guys, so this will be a hunter guide for Wrath of the Lich King, and I hope this can help you, new player or veteran alike, in a way. So you're a new 80 level player, you don't know what to do, and well, the way to start for all the 80 players is this two dungeons called Pit of Sauron and the Forge of Souls. Here you will get some basic gear, and more importantly you will get Emblem of Triumphs, which you can redeem for gear in Dalaran. If you're a Horde player, it's in the Horde Enclave. If you're an Alliance player, it's in the Alliance Enclave. It's called Emblem of Triumph Quartermaster. That's where you can get your basic gear from. And once you're at that state, you are probably ready for the ICC 10 normal, which you're getting then basically a stronger version of Emblem of Triumph, Emblem of Frost, which you can get much better gear with. And don't forget to do your dailies, which gives two of them every day, and then you have your weeklies, which you can only do once a week, and that gives 5 each of these. So that's basically how you climb the ladder. Then you're just gonna start to do more ICC, 10 normal, 25 normal, 10 heroic, and eventually the 25 heroic. So that's how you start. But if you're playing a hunter, this is going to be about, as I said, about marksmanship hunters, because that's the most potent talent tree for the hunters in Wrath of the Lich King. So you were probably playing Beastmaster when you were leveling because everyone told you so, which isn't wrong, but I recommend you do it in marksmanship as well, because well, you get used to it, because that's the only thing that you will want to use when you're 80 player. God, I hate this guy. Anyways, but it's a game, so, and if you say you're going to have more fun with Beastmaster, you go ahead play it. Survival, you go ahead play it. It's a game, it's all about having fun, but this video is going to be about marksmanship. So marksmanship talent tree, it's very basically this. You can pause the video at any time to copy paste this. It looks like this, just as I said. Pause the video and copy paste it here and here. The only difference you can have is that if you're a new 80 level hunter, that means your gear by default giving you a lot of hit rate. This talent here, focused aim, you're actually only using this for the hit rate increase. So hit rate cap for a hunter, which is your most important stat, is 8%. So you want to be 8%, but not above it. Above it, it doesn't do anything, so it's just wasted. So try to at least stay as close as you can be to 8%. And for my case, my hit rate from my gear was 6%, as you can see. So I only did put 2 points here, and 1 point I did put here. You will almost all the time have mana issues when you are not very highly geared. Even I am having it. So let's say you already have, or you're already over 8%, these points you take out from this and put here, then one extra you can put it here. But that's the talent tree for a marksmanship hunter. Then we can talk about the glyphs. Steady shot. This is all just how it's used everywhere, so there isn't much of a discussion here. Steady shot here, kill shot here, and serpent sting here. These just doesn't matter for PvE, but you can put them like this, except maybe think that might a bit. So the thing about the serpent sting is that your most strong shot is actually your strongest shot is actually the chimera shot, but as you can see, chimera shot gets stronger with your serpent sting. So more your serpent sting hits, more your chimera shot will hit, therefore making it very essential for the build. And another thing we can talk about is the jamming of your hunter. If you're a new 80 level player just gearing yourself with the Triumph gear, you want to gear yourself with agility, not with armor pen. Armor penetration gets better when you have more of it. It scales better, it gets better than agility only if you have high amounts of it. So you will not with the starter hunter gear because it gives hit rate or haste instead. But once you get good base amount of armor penetration, then you want to switch your gems progressively to armor penetration. As you can see, I have not bad gear, but it's not best in slot by any means. But I have stuff like this, which gives a very high armor penetration rate, and you know I have set pieces and all that stuff, which is giving armor penetration. So this is not a new hunter, so this can afford to go. Um, this can afford to go armor penetration. But as I said, if you're a new hunter player, you want to do agility. And for your meta gem slot, you want to go with the 21 agility and increase critical damage 3%. And you want to match that one red gem, one yellow gem, and one blue gem in order for it to be active. Therefore, how you do it is blue gems are just basically stamina gems, which isn't doing anything for you. Therefore, you need to gem one of that with, let's see, with that plus 10 to all stats gem, just so you can activate the meta slot here. And some place you can just put a, like this one, you can just put a yellow gem, which this one is an orange, but it counts as both red and yellow, so it works. And for the enchantments, here you can see that 50 attack power, 20 critical strike. That's the enchantment you want to get. You get it from Sons of Hodor, from Storm Peaks, and Shadow Vault from Ice Crown for this one as well. So that two factions you want to be exalted with, just so you can get this enchantments. You go ahead, do their quest lines, and what else? Here plus 10 to all stats. Here 50 attack power. Here attack power. This is a scope called the Heartseeker scope. You can get it from the engineering. Here. And This is a leatherworking enchantment, and here this is a blacksmithing enchantment which gives you a metal slot, extra gem slot, which fits to everything. So you can put any color here, which I did put a red gem anyways, but it's active, as you can see, it's spinning and all that stuff. So, and here is just the profession enchantment I have. So let's talk about the professions next. If you are going to do only PvE, you can drop the tailoring, but engineering stays. You can drop the tailoring for javel crafting, but if you're just interested in doing the ball aspects of the game, PvE and PvP, then you must go for engineering and tailoring for the most potential you can have from hunter. Why is that? For tailors, you have the shadow guard, which is basically giving you 400 attack power for 15 seconds. Which the thing about the procs, they are most likely to proc on your first or second shot. So attack power is getting multiplied by 20% for hunters because of True Shot Aura. Then you have the Call of the Wild, and this is a good burst for PvP. And this Frostwave Net is a snare for 3 seconds, which is very very good for PvP, because it's not it doesn't even have global cooldown, so you can use it whenever you want. It's amazing. And engineering has nitro boosts, which basically makes you go like this. As you can see, it helps a lot with kiting, and it can help you get away from that puddles or get you in a position in ICC as well. And it also gives you a static critical strike rating of 24, which is very good. And again, if you are going to do PvP, this hand-mounted pyro rockets is actually better than the Hydro Speed enchantment, which is basically every 45 seconds is gonna launch a rocket, which is dealing like 2k fire damage, and it is fire damage, so it's not affected by armor. It's only going to be reduced by fire resistance and resilience. But if you're only interested in the PV side of the game, then you want to have this enchantment in your gloves here. And if you are not going to do PvP, then you also want to enchant your cloak with this parachute instead, which is giving you 23 agility, which is one more than the normal enchantment. And it's a parachute. You can just get extra range with it when you're disengaging, even though macros are bugged here. That's how by default it should work. So next thing I want to talk about is your pet. For PV, you really do have only one option, and that is the wolf. So what makes the wolves so good for PvE is that they have Furious Haul, which is, it says that it has 40-second cooldown, but it really has 20-second cooldown because it is active for the 20 seconds. So for every 20 seconds you are getting a 320 attack power boost, which is going to get multiplied by 10% all the time, and when you want to burst it's gonna get another 10%. So this is 320 plus 20%, and this is why these poppers are the best PvE pets without question, and the best DPS ones. And how you want to actually, they have talents too, as you know, and this is how you can put their talents into. You can just pause the video and copy paste it. Where you can get this popper is that Sons of Other Storm Peaks. You can just go there, and if you're exalted, just go to reputation, find the southern Sons of Other here, northern Sons of Other at war. Just click to this and go tame yourself one. Then after that you can unclick it. But for PvP, you have, I'm using a boat ravager and a crab. Both are quite good. You can use, but for PvE that's the only option you have. And if you if you right click to their skills, pets will automatically will use their cooldowns whenever they come out. But some, like Call of the Wild, you do not want them to use whenever they can, because it has 5-minute cooldown, so it's gonna backfire on you. You want to save this for Bloodlust, and for when your raid leader calls, just go all in and stuff like that. Which this talent here keeps your pet going, because your pet is an important part of your DPS as well. It does damage for you all the time, and you want 1 point in here for that reason, for both PvP and PvE. So for PvP, I'm just gonna show the talent tree to you guys. You can, as I said, pause this and copy. But that's the talent tree. As I said, if you are over, for PvP as well, if you are over 8%, you want to take points from here and actually put them all to Hunter's Mark for PvP. And this is the Glyph tree for the PvP. Again, Serpent Sting, very important. True Shot, Aimed Shot, Fainted, Manpet, and Scare Beast. And we only have 1 point here because we want our aim shot to be critting and applying this to a rogue, which then they cannot go stealth again, which is your only physical dot, and they cannot remove it. Therefore, this is not dealing a bunch of damage in PvP, but this is just for the utility of things. So that is the PvP. And what else we can talk about? We can talk about macros. So macros, let's see what I have here. You can just pause the video and copy paste yourself. This is just a Serpent Sting macro, which is basically using my cooldowns for me, so I don't have to press them. As you can see, I have a kill command, basically snap everywhere, just so that I will use it whenever it comes off cooldown. And these two doesn't matter. Here we got an arcane shot, which you do want this to be this way because, you know, as I said, you want that kill command to be used whenever they come out of cooldown, and for PvP it's using a couple of my cooldowns for me, so I don't have to do anything about it. So readiness macro, this is important because readiness, what it does is that except beastal rot, just it just resets your cooldowns. So um, what this macro does is that it's using your non-global cooldowns for you before it's resetting them, so you're not actually wasting anything. So for our case, it's gonna use kill command, monster's call, rapid fire before it uses readiness. So let's check that cooldowns. Here's kill command, rapid fire, and you know, press it. As you can see, I have all that effects going on, but they're off cooldown. So this is just for efficient resource management. And for the Chimera shot, again, you do have kill command here, and you know, some cooldowns that I don't want to bother with. And for the arcane shot, we actually have use 10 here, which is the basically equipment slot number for your glows. So when I press 1, which is the arcane shot, it's actually gonna fire the rockets as well, like this. Alright, you can stop shooting. There we go. This is a melee macro which you can use to dish out some melee damage, and you know, well, hello there, eyewitness. You can use to dish out some melee damage, and you want to actually hack the hunters because they probably won't have this. It works like this. As you can see, it's a nice like 8k damage, but it's gonna be a lot less on a player, but it's better than nothing. This is trap macro, which then you don't have to appoint um, you know, k binds to all of your traps. This is just a sequence macro, which is going to be the first press going to be your frost trap, second one going to be your snake, and the third time you press it, it's gonna drop the explosive trap. You can change the order here, you know, snake trap goes first if you want, but this is the best order for me, at least. So this is the scatter shot macro that I'm using. It's for PvP, but here it is. How it works is that you're in the turrets and it's gonna automatically close it and use it, but I was in the PV talent, so I didn't have scatter shot. Alright, I'm gonna show you in a second. But how it works is that it's just gonna close the deterrence and use the scatter shot, but you have to mash it, as you can see. That is how it works. And this is just if you have Deathbringer's Will, you know, shape shifting can be a problem when you're trying to mount up. So this is just gonna cancel it when you're trying to mount up automatically, and just because it won't let you mount up in a shapeshift form. So that's just for that. What else we got? Aim shot macro again to maximize the efficiency you can get. from the kill command, which I don't have it here, but anyways, there it is if you want to do it. This is a disengage macro which you can use for PvP. How it works is that if you are facing the target and if you're in melee range, it is going to leave also wind clip, which is going to slow their movement speed by 50% for 10 seconds. And I'm a blood elf, so I have arcane torrent, which is a silence that I can also use. So I got it there as well, but let me show you how it works. I got parried, but anyways, there it is. We got a fainted macro, which is for when you are using a steady shot, it can cancel you and still allow you to faint that. It's just, a bit more improved for PvP, maybe for PV as well. Kill shot, this is a PvP macro, which is, just canceling and shooting a kill shot when you're in deterrence. It is for that. And this is actually a burst macro, which is using everything you got. Portion of speed, which is this, increasing haste rating for 500 for 15 seconds, and just using all of your cooldowns when your raid leader calls, use cooldowns and everything, which when I press it is just going to activate this 4, and if I had a portion of speed in my bag it will use it too. So here it is. You need this macro for both PvP and PvE, and these are the macros that I'm using. So let's talk about your rotation. For PvP there is no rotation because it's a lot reactive, but for PvE it's very standard. So for PvE you're actually starting with Hunter's Mark, then you actually want to use the Serpent Sting into a silencing shot, chimera shot, aim shot, then 3 steadies into another chimera, into aimed, and you go 3 steady shot again, silencing whenever it comes out, chimera, and aimed shot. So use the Hunter's Mark first, go for Serpent Sting, use the silencing shot, go chimera shot, aim shot, 3 steady shot. You're just repeating it. That's your rotation. But if you're under rapid fire or bloodthirst, you can actually fire 4 steady shots. So watch out for that. And once you have bloodlust, you want to use this burst macro you just made, so that you're getting the most out of the bloodlust with Call of the Wild and Potion of Speed and all that stuff. For macros, this one here, this Serpent Sting macro, this is for PvE, and this one is for PvP, because this one will automatically use your rapid fire at the start of the combat. But we're gonna try the rotation again once this comes out. It should automatically use it for me when I go for Serpent Sting. Let's try. As you can see, I got it. Now I can actually shot 4 steady shots before I have to use the Chimera shot, which before when I wasn't using that, as you can see, it will now be 3. Again, Hunter's Mark, Serpent Sting, Silencing Shot into Chimera Shot into Aimed. Then if you have Rapid Fire or Bloodlust, you can fire 4 steady shots and just repeat it. But that's your rotation. What else we can talk about here? Oh, there is consumables which you can use, like Potion of Speed. This is made by Alchemist, so you can just buy it. And Flask of Endless Rage, which is also you're just gonna buy it from an alchemist. Then you can use this if you want. This is from a scribe, which is just giving you a bit of more agility, which is better than nothing. The spice mammoth treats, you can get them from the cooking trailer in Dalaran, which is just going to make your pet a bit stronger. It's still better than nothing. And that you can use the mana potions, which is this one is for engineers a better choice. For when you're out of mana and you don't want to lose DPS with aspect of the Viper. But that really is everything to get you started. So if you were to have questions, you can always hit me up in game, and I hope I will see you around.